Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about the body movements, and this is the second part of the video. If you haven't watched the first part, just go through the first and then come to the second part of the video. So let us begin. So today we are going to talk about joints. What is the joint? The place where two or more bones are joined. So that means the meeting of two bones or the joining of two bones, they are called as the joints. The ends of bones forming a joint is lined with a layer of tough and elastic tissue, which is called as cartilage. So the two bones are joined together by a tough and elastic tissue that is called as the cartilage. It helps to reduce friction between the bones during the movement. And it is also present in the other parts such as the upper part of the ear and in the front part of the nose. So there are three types of joints: immovable joints, or which is also called as the fixed joints, slightly movable joints, and freely movable joints. So you can see movable, immovable. Movable contains the hinge joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, ball and socket joint. And immovable contains only one, that is called as the fixed joint. So first of all, we are going to talk about fixed joint because it is only one. So some of the joints between the bone in our head are different from those we have discussed, as it does not move. Like some of the bones, they do not move at all. They cannot be moved. So they are called as the fixed joint, and these kinds of joints are present in our skull. Okay. The fixed bones are only found in the upper jaw. Upper jaw means this part. Okay. These are called as the fixed joint. Okay. And this is the lower jaw. It is a movable joint. So fixed joint or immovable joint, here you can see here the two parts have been fixed together. Okay, so in an immovable joint, the bones are held very tightly. So you can say this part and this part and this part, they are held together very tightly such that they cannot move at all. So that is why they are called as fixed or immovable joints. You can see immovable joint, fixed. See, this is the whole structure of the skull, and inside the skull they contains the fixed joint, so they cannot move. Here also you can see the bones are held firmly and closely together by the dense bundles of tough and strong white cartilaginous fibers. Examples are joint in the tooth socket and between the skull bones. Next one is the ball and socket joint. So you can see one structure is in the form of a ball, another one is in the form of a socket. Okay, so that is what is called as the ball and socket joint. So ball and socket joint, it is a joint in which a ball shaped surface of one rounded bone fits into the cup of depression of the another one. Okay, so that means there is a ball shaped structure and there is a cup like structures. So whenever the ball shaped structure is placed into the cup like structures, it forms the ball and socket joint. So these are found in the hip region where the rounded head of the femur falls in the rest cup like acetabellum socket and pelvis and glenohumeral joint of the shoulder. So you can see here, you can see this is the ball part and this is the socket part. It is present in the hip region. Okay, ball and socket joint is present in the hip socket, that is present in the hip region. So the two examples of this type of joint would be the hip and the shoulder bone. So if I ask you ball and socket joint is present in which part, so you have to tell me it is present in the hip region and in the shoulder region. So can you see this? This is a ball structure, this is the socket structure. So the ball and socket joints allow in 360-degree movement. 360-degree means the movement in all the direction it can move, and it is present in the hip and the shoulder bone, and this joint allows for the most range of the motion. So most of the motions is done by this ball and socket joint. So that's it all for today. We'll be continuing our chapter in our video. So meet you all in our next video. Till then, bye bye everyone.